How many times in your life have you decided that you want to fly high like this bird, but you cannot do it? What do I mean is, you have a lot of dreams, you have big purposes in life, but you cannot do it. You are pulled down by your family or your situation or your environment, your society says that you cannot do it. Let's talk about that in detail. In this book, I am going to review a book that I recently read. It's called Jonathan Jonathan Livingston Seagull. So, this is a book about a normal bird. An ordinary bird lives in the seashore, but it has extraordinary dreams. Like every other human being we see in our normal days, people with extraordinary dreams. So, let's get in detail and understand what exactly this author called Richard Bach is trying to say from this book. So, let's call Jonathan Livingston Seagull as JLS or John. So, John is a normal seabird who lives in the seashore who wants to fly high. That's his only dream. He wants to fly high. But the rest of the bird, the rest of the flock says, you cannot do that because you're a bird that designed to live in the seashore. His body is designed in a way that he cannot fly high. So everybody in the seashore says, John, your ideas are not going to work. Your dreams are just not going to help you. You are a bird that's supposed to live in the shore. Just eat the fish that comes in the shore, and you can go inside the boat and you can see people leaving breadcrumbs here and there. Eat that and just live a normal life. You cannot have big dreams like flying high. You will die. But Jonathan says, I'm going to do it anyhow. So Jonathan goes on to train himself to become a bird who can fly very high beyond its limitation. He goes for 50 kilometers, goes for 200 kilometers one day, reaches 300 kilometers. Everybody was stunned and awestruck. They just don't know what to do. They are seeing Jonathan as a hero now. People who said you cannot do it now comes to him and just open their jaw and look at what he's doing today. He crosses the clouds, he comes back, and everybody is looking at him like a fiction movie. And then people start going to Jonathan and trying to get his lessons. So every other bird who said you cannot do it now comes to John and asks, Hey Jonathan, can you teach me how to do it? And Jonathan says, I was waiting for this. And Jonathan goes ahead and helps everybody to reach their dreams. He teaches everybody to fly in the shore. And all of a sudden, whoever criticized Jonathan, whoever tries to pull him down, now sees him as a hero. Everybody likes Jonathan. For every other little bird who's just born, they say there is this bird called Jonathan and you should live like him. And everybody does. And at one point, all the seagulls in the shore are becoming extremely capable of flying so high. They're all living their life beyond their limitation. Everybody's happy. And then one particular day, Jonathan just vanishes. So Jonathan goes on to another shore and teach the same. And he tries to pass this idea and philosophy and lesson to every other generations. So that is this book all about. It is a very small book with a deep spiritual understanding. I have read it twice, but I could not understand exactly what the author is trying to say. But I just understood two main points what the author is trying to say. One is that you cannot live with your limitation. A lot of times in our lives, we see people saying that we cannot do this, we cannot achieve that because it's not possible, because they think in their own terms. But the author Richard Bach, through his fiction, says that you are not what the other people are saying. You are not the opinion shared by the other people. Live your life in your own terms and try to fly high like Jonathan. That's the lesson number one that I learned. Lesson number two is your body is not a limitation. There's something beyond your body. You're a spiritual being. So don't decide yourself because you're fat, because you're thin, because you're dark, or your color. It's all just materialist. But there's something beyond what human eyes could see that's spiritual. So that's what I understood. These 2 points can help you open your eyes, can help you be more um, active towards your dreams. It helps you to be more um, eye-opening for what you really want to do. Okay, and this is a pretty small book, as I told you. Let me also share a couple of quotes that I really enjoyed while I was reading this book. One such quote is, "This happens when everybody is trying to pull Jonathan down when he wants to become a hero." They say, Jonathan says, "Overcome space, and all we have left is here. Overcome time, and all we have left is now." Think about it. Take a moment and think about it. And there is one more quote. This is about limitations. Here it goes. "Don't believe what your eyes are telling you. All they show is limitation. Look with your understanding." Yeah? Look with your understanding. These two quotes are really interesting. Now, I also want to talk to you about Richard Bach for a moment. This book is written in 1970s. It's already a bestseller as soon as the book came to the market. Now, Richard Bach is born in 1930s. He's aviation. He's a pilot. He lives in the U.S. and then he also fought in the World War One, and he's also done a lot of research in the aviation industry. In 1970s, he goes on to become an author with his book. There's other couple other books that he's written, and those were just like normal books. But Jonathan Livingston Seagull become his blockbuster. It is There's also a YouTube documentation. You should definitely watch that documentation. And yeah, Richard actually passed away in 2014 in a crash. So that's all about the book. Jonathan Livingston Seagull was in my waiting list for a long time. This book was given to me as a gift from my best friend called Varsha from Mumbai. So thanks, Varsha, for this amazing gift. And this book is recommended for anybody who has bigger dreams in life, anybody who wants to pursue their dream no matter what is happening around them. So read this book and all the best.